What's up, everyone? It's your boy NS Racing 42, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Kansas Speedway, race number 3 on the season for season number 2 of the NIRA M&M's Truck Series. And we are here at Kansas for the running of the Nike 200, the second straight mile and a half on the season. And it's gonna be an interesting race, that's for sure. Daytona was complete pack racing, as it always is. Atlanta was pack racing, but it got more into a semi-driver's race. But this race is going to be all hands on deck for these drivers. No pack racing at all, really. It's not going to be super punched up, and the tire is going to be pretty bad here today, just like Atlanta was. So we just have to wait and see how it all unfolds here for the Nike 200. Just less than an hour ago, we had the qualifying race for the Nike 200, and the 6 drivers that made it fever the qualifying race were the number 27 of Clark McKee, the number 19 of Johnny Garner, the number 7 of Jacob Dillon, the number 68 of Bradley Weem, the 17 of Trey Smith, and the 04 of Saya Diaz. So, pretty good drives that made it. We just see 2 close calls in the heat race, so who knows, maybe that could be a sign of what's to come here in the main event for the Nike 200. So, after 2 races so far, there are 2 spots taken. 6 spots are left in the playoffs for these drivers to either point their way in or win their way in. Evan Hunter is leading the points, 5 points over Stephen Collins. Riley's bully to the Daytona stood 6 points back. Nathan Faden is 4th, 11 points back, same with Matthew Hall. Marshall Hampton is 16 points back, same with Zach Winkle. And then Josh Williamson, who is on the pole, now 18 points back. Was 19, but now he's 18 points back. And then Christian Russell is 19 points back, and then rounding out the top 10 is Eli Bright, 20 points back. So it's still pretty close here in the M&M's Truck Series, and it's going to stay that way for probably most of the season until we get to the chase. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get these truckers fired and rolling off for race number 3 on the season and for the Nike 200 from Kansas Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And all 36 trucks will get rolling off here at Kansas Speedway and for race number 3 of 17. Josh Williamson starts on the pole, and alongside him is the number 2 of Madison Call. Row number 2, we have Zach Winkle and Jake Emerson. Row number 3, Nathan Faden and Bradley Weem. Row number 4, Roger Hampton and Brett Sealer. And then row number 5, we have the number 7 of Jacob Dillon and the number 8 of Eli Bright. And some people that got bad qualifying efforts, Juan Garcia having a bad start to his season. He starts in the last row in 35th position. Second in points, Stephen Collins starts deep in the field as well. Here we go, Josh Williamson and Madison Tall. Race number 3 on the season for the M&M's Truck Series. It's underway for the Nike 200 from Kansas Speedway. Zach Winkle for Justy Little Motorsports, and for JJL Motorsports will lead lap number 1 and stay of 3 wide all over the place towards the front of the field. 3 wide is going to be a little bit iffy because we saw that twice in the qualifying race earlier tonight, and they nearly crashed both times. Here comes Wiley Spurley Tube in the number 20 on the inside of Madison Call and Nathan Stapleton. Will we see a 2-time winner to start the season? Zach Winkle out front, Roger Hampton in second, and then the post to Josh Williamson in fourth. Third. Okay. And then Wiley Spurley Tube in fourth, and Noah Clifton in fifth. The top five right now here at Kansas. And as you can see, the middle of the field, they are 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. So it's gonna be very interesting to see of how this race goes and plays out, because Tyler is gonna be a factor. It's gonna be the first race that's gonna be a driver's race, and not necessarily pack racing for these truckers. So gonna have to see how this all shakes out. But right now it's looking awfully strong, or looking awfully good for Zach Winkle in the number 97. But Wiley Spurley Tube, he got third from Roger Hampton, and now Hampton's trapped on the high side. And the high side, it can get a good one at times, but that only lasts for a couple of laps. Because once you get to lap 5, then it just goes down a lot, and it's just the bottom all the way around. Eli Blight trying to take third away from Wiley Spurley Tube in the number 20. And looks like he will in the number 8. And here comes Mitchell Collins. He's had a rough start to start the season. 2 DNFs already, but he's having a bounce back week and a bounce back race here at Kansas so far. And Daniel Campbell, he was pretty strong at Atlanta last time out. Now with a new sponsor this week and looking awfully strong once again here at Kansas, making it 3 wide for 3rd place. Oh, Daniel Campbell with a side draft. Way more than a side draft though. That was a side bump to Mitchell Collins. But that's what you have to do here at Kansas. You have to do slide drops. You have to side swipe people. You have to do whatever you can to get as many positions as possible. But Josh Williams still out front here at Kansas. Eli Blight all over the back bumper, one of the 8 veterans full time this season. And Chet back in the back half of the field. And Nathan Stapleton, he started mid-pat, but he's still back in the field. Luke Rainey, he was pretty strong at Atlanta, but he's trapped in the outside lane, deep in the field. Juan Garcia is starting to make his way through the field. He started 35th, and he's probably, I might say he's inside the top 25 right now. But one guy that's definitely on the move is Stephen Collins. He started 33rd in this race, and he's up to 14th. And speaking of Juan Garcia, he started 35th, and he's up to 26th, so he's gained 9 spots. And for Stephen Collins, he's made up almost 20 spots so far. Meanwhile, 3 wide for 3rd place, and where did the number 10 of Dale Lightning come from? And Noah Clifton and the 92 of Christian Russell. I look deep in the field, and this new guy's from 3rd on back, and we have a new race leader, Eli Bright, and the number 8 out front here at Kansas. So far, it's been mostly these 2 trucks dominating up to this point. No, Clifton gets by Dale Lightning, and Wiley Spurley Tube's going to try to get by Dale Lightning as well. And yeah, you want to know of how much of a driver's track this is? From first to last time by, they were 4 seconds from each other. This time by, they are 4.15. We've not seen that all season so far between Daytona and Atlanta. So that just shows of how much of a driver's track this is, and how much tires make a big difference. Eli Bright washes up the racetrack, and that's going to allow Josh Williamson to get underneath Bright, and Williamson goes back to race leading. Here comes Noah Clifton in the number 25 for GMS Racing. He's going to move his way up to 2nd, and here comes Daytona winner Wiley Spurley Tube in the number 20, trying to show everyone that Daytona win was not a fluke. And he's been winning inside the top 5, top 10 most of this race, and he's back up to 3rd here at Kansas. And speaking of being up front, Noah Clifton going for the race lead, and he will easily get by Josh Williamson. The new race leader, Noah Clifton, in the number 25. And we might have a new 2nd place driver, Wiley Spurley too, but Josh Williamson got a massive one off of turn 4. That's one of that's one of the unique things about Kansas, is that the outside lane sucks in 1 and 2, but it's pretty good in 3 and 4 sometimes. And that time I was one of them. And Josh Williamson stays in 2nd. And we are past lap 15, lap number 17 now here at Kansas. And this is the longest green flag one I've had. Well, this is the most laps that we've had on these tires all night long. And these tires are really falling off now. About 5-6 tenths off the pace. And we still have maybe 8-10 laps left. Still have about 10 laps till 8 to 10 laps until we see pit stops. Josh Williamson going back to the inside of Noah Clifton and trying to take the race lead back. And here comes Dale Lightning out of nowhere in the number 10, trying to take 2nd away from Noah Clifton. And the outside lane is starting to work right now late in this one, because Noah Clifton just got a massive one off of turn 2 and kept 2nd place. And Josh Williamson will lead at the halfway point here at Kansas, halfway through the Nike 200. And the 6 truck, he's been dominant up front all race long. But here comes Johnny Garner. He made it through the qualifying race earlier tonight. He's now up front inside the top 5. Actually, inside the top 5. Jake Emerson is up front. And this is it's literally a back and forth game right now here at Kansas. And here comes, speaking of the qualifying race, here comes Clark McKee. He won that qualifying race, and now he's going to try to crack himself into the top 10. Right now he's in 11th for Sport. And we will have a silent lap in honor of Kobe Bryant, who died tragically in a helicopter crash on Sunday night in California. We are going to ride along with the number 24 truck of Keegan Thompson for lap number 24, his number that he played in the NBA. From everyone in this community, we wish the best to everyone that died and their families in that tragic helicopter crash. But going back to this race lead, it is Zach Winkle now trying to battle with Josh Williamson in the number 6. And for Winkle, he started out front inside the top 5, and he is back inside the top 5 and back to the race lead. Or to the race lead, I should say. 15 laps to go and just a handful of laps away from green flag pit stops. Most likely, this race will go caution free for the first time this season. And tires are definitely falling off 0.8 of a second. I'm off the pace now for these trucks at Kansas. And Eli Bright milking his way back up the field and trying to get inside the top 5. And here's the thing, we've not had green flag pit stops yet this season as well. So this is really going to be our first real chance to see how these pit crews will do during live race conditions. And Mitchell Collins, I said that he was up front earlier, but he's falling all the way back towards the back of the field. And same with Stephen Collins, he was inside the top 10, and now he's fallen back outside the top 20. And for Massachusetts, she started second, and she's just now back inside the top 20. For Wiley Spurley, he was inside the top 5 most of this race, and he's outside the top 15. So a lot of trucks are just falling off the pace because of these tires and long green flag ones. And speaking of pit stop and long green flag ones, Josh Williamson is going to be the only truck to pit here on that number 29 here at Kansas. So pit stops have begun with 11 laps to go. Now 10 laps to go at the line this time by. Zach Winkle is going to come in. Eli Bright's going to pit. Clint McKee, Bradley Weem, Riley Spoley to Roger Hampton, Christian Russell, Madison Tall, Zachary DeLillo, Jonathan Hoff, Juan Garcia, and Keegan Thompson. And it looks like for some leads, for a couple of these trucks, a few only. And now everyone else should be coming in, but Jake Emerson stays out. He's gonna need a lap. Brett Sealer will stay out. Nathan Faden stays out. Trey Smith stays out. PJ Williams and Nathan Baird all stay out here at Kansas, and Jake Emerson is going to get a bonus point right here. Going to get a bonus point towards the championship. Will anyone dare to stay out and another lap? Does not look like it. So this will be the money stop, the only stop of the day here at Kansas, and the 3 right off the pit road. And I think it might be one of these guys that might pull a rabbit out of the hat, or Zach Winkle will win this cycle. So let's see here. Will Zach Winkle get by? Yes, he will. And it honestly doesn't even look like he's going to be challenged that much. But Dale Campbell is up to second. Eli White is in third. Jake Emerson is going to be in fourth. Jacob Dillon is going to be in fifth. Bradley Weem in sixth. Josh Williamson in seventh. And then battle between Clifton and Winslow for eighth. Yeah, Winslow in ninth, and then Stiletto in 10th. It's a 1 second gap from first to second. We have to wait and see, coming to 6 laps to go. Can these guys, can Eli Bryant and Dale Campbell work together here? 2 veterans of the Truck Series close up to the rookie here late in the going. They gained 2 to 3 tenths of a second last time by, but now Dale Campbell is going to get by Eli Bryant for second. I don't think Dale Campbell wants to wait. Maybe he doesn't think that they can catch up. I don't know. But they are definitely going to get there before this race is over. Five laps to go at Kansas. Sayers Diaz got a bad pit stop. So did Mitchell Collins, Madison Tall, Luke Rainey, Nathan Faden, Juan Garcia, Stephen Collins. So some trucks that pulled strategy didn't really go in the favor here at Kansas. And they are definitely going to have a shot. We're going to have a 3-way battle for this race lead and for this race win. 4 laps to go at Kansas, and all 3 of these guys are trying to get the first win on the season. Will it be a Ford or a Chevy to get the win in race number 3 on the season, and for the Nike 300, for the Nike 200? 3 laps to go at Kansas. Will it be Zach Winkle, Dale Campbell, or Eli Bright? We also have this pack that's closing in really fast, but they're not going to have enough time to catch up with these top 3. It's one thing to catch up, though. It's a whole different thing to make the pass on them. But that's not what you want to do. Zach Winkle went wide in the middle of the turn, and Dale Campbell's going to take advantage of it. 2 laps to go for Dale Campbell, trying to get revenge from Atlanta. But Eli Bright is going to get by that wrinkle though. Honestly, I don't think he took tires or whatever. I think he might just went with fuel only, but I'm not entirely sure. Now it's going to come down to these two veterans. But Dale Campbell got a great 3 and 4. Eli Bright didn't. White flag, final lap in the Nike 200. And that might just seal it up right there. That wrinkle going to do a slide job on Eli Bright in the number 8. He was dominant at Atlanta last time out, but then had a tire issue from running over debris when the crash happened. But Dale Campbell's going to get his revenge. Dale Campbell for Premium Motorsports will win the Nike 200 at Kansas Speedway. Payback from what happened to him at Atlanta, and Dale Campbell punches his ticket into the playoffs for season number 2 of the M&M's Truck Series. A great performance for this number 15 team. They were strong all day, but they showed up when the time came during pit stops, and they get the race win here at Kansas. Dale Campbell gets the win, Sat Winkle in 2nd, Eli Bright in 3rd, Bradley Ream in 4th, Jake Emerson in 5th, Shane Mishoff in 6th, Josh Williamson in 7th, Zachary Delillo in 8th, Jacob Dillons in 9th, and Wiley Spurley, the Daytona winner, gets 10th. Roger Hampton in 11th, Noah Clifton 12th, Clint McKee 13th, Cody Smollett 14th, Christian Russell 15th, Emily Anderson 16th, Brett Sealer in 17th, PJ Williams 18th, Johnny Gunn in 19th, Keegan Thompson in 20th, and then Evan Hunter, the Atlanta winner, I can't speak, comes home in a okay finish, 24th, but some rough days for some of these riders. Juan Garcia, he was inside the top 20 before pit stops, and he gets a 27th place finish. Stephen Collin, who was 2nd in points, he got a bad qualifying effort, and he paid for it all race long. He was moving up through the field, not inside the top 10 at one point, but got a terrible pit stop and gets a 29th place finish. Mitchell Collins, he was up front leading at one point, and he gets a terrible pit stop. He's always falling back, and got a terrible pit stop after that, and he comes home 34th in the Madison Call. So he's 2nd in this race, but after that, after 5 laps in, we never did see the up front for the rest of this race. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching race number 3 on the season and for the Nike 200 at Kansas. A caution-free race here at Kansas. I kind of saw that coming, but it's okay, because the next time out we will be going short track racing for the first time of season number 2, and we are going to the historic North Portsboro Speedway for the Advent Health 200. 60 laps of racing over there, short track racing, being and bang, and that's going to be a good one for race number 4 on the season. So thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Dale Campbell on getting the win and winning the Nike 200. And until race 4 at North Portsboro, I will see you guys next time. Bye.